Hello everyone and welcome to the NinjaTrader webinar room. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to test for picture and sound, so if you can hear my voice and see the projection in the room, please enter a Y into the room now. Alright, it looks like I'm coming in loud and clear. Thank you for confirming that for me. My name is Brandon Citrina and I work as a NinjaTrader customer support representative here in our Denver, Colorado office, and I'll be leading today's session. Thank you for joining today's market replay event. I'm pleased to announce that today's event is being sponsored by Traders International. NinjaTrader has an extensive network of third-party trading educators and add-on providers, and if you have not already, we would suggest you check out all our partners on the NinjaTrader website. We also provide free weekly partner introduction events, so you can learn more about our partners, and Traders International will be conducting a webinar on February 13th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Please join this event to learn more about their products and services, and visit the NinjaTrader website to view all upcoming partner events. I'd like to begin by giving a brief history of NinjaTrader, which is founded in July of 2003. It raised the bar for the real-time trading applications when it pioneered the introduction of advanced trade management. Since then, each release has introduced powerful customer-driven enhancements. The release of the current version, NinjaTrader version 7, gives traders of stocks, futures, and Forex around the world the most innovative trading features in the industry. Multi-series charting, advanced system development and backtesting, as well as our industry-leading order entry features makes NinjaTrader a true end-to-end trading platform for traders of all levels. NinjaTrader is a free application for advanced charting, market analytics, automated strategy development, and trade simulation. We only charge for our product if and when you decide to trade live through any of our over 100 supported brokers worldwide. Now, today's training session should last approximately 30 to 45 minutes, and during that time, we'll cover the following: an overview of the market replay, how to enable market replay, how to record or download replay data, how to replay recorded data, and trading in the market replay. I'd like to note that NinjaTrader is not a data provider or a broker, therefore you will need to connect to one of our supported data providers. NinjaTrader supports equities, futures, and Forex markets. Additionally, I'd like to provide you with a link covering the types of data these individual providers offer. I'd also like to note that Kinetic has been designed to be the optimal market data feed for the NinjaTrader 7 platform and is free for end-of-day data for stocks, futures, and Forex. Streaming real-time quote services start as low as $50 per month, and you can even have your CME exchange fees waived with a qualified brokerage account. Please see the Kinetic website for more information. At this time, I'd like to place a poll into the room, and the question is, are you using NinjaTrader? So please press the green 1 if you are a live license user, the red 2 if you are a free license user, and the orange 3 if you are not yet using NinjaTrader. While you fill that out, I'd like to take a moment to mention that NinjaTrader is a growing business, and word-of-mouth advertising is extremely helpful, allowing us to keep our subscription fees low. So if you see the value in the products and services we offer, we do appreciate any mention of our company in any discussion boards or trading rooms you use, as well as with any friends, family, or colleagues who may be trading at this time. I'd like to take a moment to go ahead and review the poll results. It looks like coming in first, we have our free license users, followed by our live, and then those not yet using NinjaTrader. I want to thank you guys for filling that out for me so I can get an idea of the demographic we have in here today. I would like to remind everyone this is an interactive webinar, so I do invite you to ask questions as we work through today's topics. We ask that you keep your questions to the topic we are currently discussing, as this will ensure that we're able to maintain the flow of the webinar. I'd also like to note that if time permits, we may open the room towards the end of the session for any general NinjaTrader questions you may have. If at any time during this webinar the question is asked that is beyond the scope of today's session, I may refer you to send a note to support@ninjatrader.com. Currently, we have a full staff of NinjaTrader representatives to promptly answer any question you may have. During our normal operating hours, which is 8:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, you should receive a response within 15 minutes. However, even after our normal office hours, we have members of our staff working diligently to answer your questions. Next, I'd like to place some links to helpful NinjaTrader resources into the room that you may want to bookmark with your internet browser. The first link I have is going to be to our upcoming online events, followed by a link to our online help guide. This is going to be the same help guide that you can find within the NinjaTrader 7 application. And within that help guide, you're going to find a video library. I'm going to provide a direct link to that video library for you. Another great resource, especially for NinjaScript items, is going to be our support forum. That's our next link here. Here I have our YouTube channel, which features recorded trainings, tips, partner presentations, and general videos. Make sure to subscribe as we do frequently release new content. And the final link here is going to be a link to the risks of electronic trading, which serves as a reminder that there are some things you need to be aware of before trading live. If there are no questions concerning today's webinar, I'd like to go ahead and get started with today's session. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, the market replay is the ability to record live market data or download market replay data from our servers, which you can play back at a future time. This allows you to use the full functionality of NinjaTrader, such as manual trading, ATM strategies, market analyzer, and automated NinjaScript strategies on replay live market data at multiple speeds. NinjaTrader allows synchronous replay of all instruments recorded, not just one. I'm going to provide a link here to the market replay section of our help guide, so you can have that available for reference. And I'm going to provide a link here to the setup of the market replay. Now for the setup, let's go ahead and first take a look at how we can record our real-time data for market replay. To do that, within the Control Center, we'll go to Tools and select Options. Within the Options menu, you'll need to select the Data tab. And under Real-Time Data, you'll need to checkmark Record for Market Replay. When Record for Market Replay is enabled, it will go ahead and record instruments from any window that you have open, receiving real-time data. We recommend using the Market Analyzer because you can have multiple instruments recording at the same time. To access the Market Analyzer, within the Control Center, we'll go to File, New, and select Market Analyzer. With the Market Analyzer window, you'll be able to go ahead and add multiple instruments or even an instrument list. To add an instrument list, we'll right-click on the Market Analyzer and select Add Instrument List. I'll just go ahead and load my default list. Now, as these instruments go through and load up real-time data, all of these instruments will be recorded from my Kinetic real-time connection that I'm connected to here. We can see that from the bottom left of the Control Center, and it will be available for replay on the Market Replay controller. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at how to download the market replay data from our servers. To do that, we'll go to File, Utilities, and select Download Replay Data. However, if you have the Market Replay Recorder enabled, you will get a message here, which you can see says you can't download replay data while you have the Market Replay Recorder turned on. So I just need to go back and disable that before downloading the data by going to Tools, Options, Data, and once again just uncheck that Record for Market Replay. So we'll go ahead and go back to File, Utilities, Download Replay Data, and now we can see our Download Replay Data window has appeared. In here, on the top, we have our area where you can select what instrument it is you want to download. Below that, we have the date of the data, and if you want level 1 or level 2 data. Level 1 data is going to be charting data and is most commonly used. Level 2 data is market depth. If this is part of your trading method, or if you have a NinjaScript strategy that utilizes level 2 data, then you'll want to also checkmark level 2 data. Now please note, this is only available for futures and common Forex pairs. The market replay data is going to be stored on our servers for the past 90 days. However, more popular instruments may have additional days back. Now please note that if you wanted to download futures data that is not the current front month, so for example, the ES is currently on the 313 contract, and let's say we wanted to download data all the way back from November 20th. So I'll go in here and select November 20th of last year. You would want to use the correct expiry both for the download and the replay for that date. So at that time, the ES was on the 12/12 contract. To select that, under Type, we'll select Future. Under Name, enter ES. And for the expiry, we'll select the 12/12 contract. Once again, you can select if you want the level 1 and or level 2 data, and select OK to download that. Now at the bottom right of the control center, we can see that it is downloading level 1 replay data for the ES1212 contract. Once the download has completed, that will go back to being blank, and we can go ahead and repeat these steps to download additional days or additional time. So you will only be able to download a single instrument and single day at a time. However, you can repeat these steps to download additional days or additional times. You do need to wait for the download to complete before you go back in here and download once again. So we can see if I go to File, Utilities, Download Replay Data. While this is still downloading, if I try to download more data, it is going to get a message here saying, error on downloading replay data. Connection to the data server is busy or not available right now. Please try again later. And the reason it's busy is because it is currently in use on your system downloading the other replay data. And Eric is asking, is there a reference on the NinjaTrader website that shows which contract was in effect for each instrument before volume shifted to the newer contract? And Eric, that's going to be something that you can actually locate within the instrument manager inside of NinjaTrader to see when the rollover is based off of for the NinjaTrader application. To do that, you would just go to Tools, Instrument Manager, select the instrument you want to view. So I'll go ahead and do the ES here and press Edit. You can then select the Miscellaneous tab, scroll down to the bottom and select Contract Months. Click the ellipses button, the ... button, and through here we can see when the rollover occurred. So we can see that the 1212 contract started on 9/13, and it went over to the 3/13 contract December 13th, 2012. Thank you for that question, Eric. Do appreciate that. All right, so now that that download is completed, let's go ahead and get back into the replay controller. We'll go to File, Utilities, Download Replay Data. Once again, you'll only be able to download a single day and a single instrument at a time. However, you can repeat these steps to download additional instruments or additional days. Now please note that the market replay data is different than standard historical data that you may receive from your data provider. This is saved in a different format specifically for NinjaTrader Replay. Additionally, the Download Market Replay service is free for all NinjaTrader users and allows you to expand on your own trading. If you are only trading futures, but you have an interest in Forex, for example, you can use our download service to download Forex market replay data to view and replay. And again, when you use this download replay server, this is coming from our NinjaTrader servers rather than from your provider. So I'm going to go ahead and click cancel there and disconnect from my Kinetic Time real-time connection. So you can see I'm not receiving any data from a provider. However, we are still able to go in here and download that replay data. Now that we've gone over how to download and record replay data, let's go ahead and go over how to actually replay the data. I'm going to provide a link here into the room to the replay section of our help guide. And in order to connect to the market replay controller, you must have downloaded or recorded replay data inside of your computer. If you do not have that data inside of your system, it will populate an error saying that there is no data and it will not connect. So since we do have that data, we'll be able to connect just by going to File, Connect, and selecting the Market Replay connection. Once connected, the bottom left of our control center will show Connected in green and say Replay, and our Market Replay controller will appear. On our Market Replay controller, the top bar here is going to go ahead and display the current time that is selected, and below that you have your options where you can set your from and to date for what you want to replay. At the bottom we have our controls, we have our play, pause, fast forward, and our little slider to select what time we want to move to. Let's say I want to go ahead and move the market till 9 a.m. in the morning. We can just go ahead and grab the slider and move it over until we see that top blue bar say 9 a.m. Now you can see right now I'm jumping between 9:02 and 8:53. We won't be able to get an exact time by using this slider here. So what we can do is we can right-click on the Market Replay controller here, and we have a Go To feature. Using this Go To feature, we can put the exact time right down to the second where we want to move that slider. And now we can see that top blue bar has moved to exactly 9 a.m. Now, an additional option you may have noticed there is the available data option. When selecting the available data, it is only going to display the data that is available for the from and to date that you have selected. So if you remember, we downloaded some data for the E-mini S&P back from November for the 12/12 contract. However, that does not display in here since we only have yesterday's date, the 11th, selected. Through here, you can click the plus button to expand the data if you have multiple days selected in here. And you can see if you have level 1 and or level 2 data. So to download some additional data before our presentation here, we can see that I have level 1 data for all of the instruments within my default instrument list. And then I also have level 2 data for the E-mini S&P. So now that we've gone through, verified that we have this data available, let's go ahead and open up a chart and take a look at how we can use this with the market replay. To open up a new chart, we'll just go to File, New, and select Chart. This is going to open up our data series window. This is going to be a quick overview, so for more information on charting, I do invite you to join our Charting Level 1 and Level 2 webinars throughout the week, which are also available on our YouTube channel that you can watch at your own leisure. I'm going to go ahead and select the E-mini S&P here and select New to add this into my chart. And over here to the right, we have all the parameters that we can go through and adjust. I do want to note that under Type, you will be able to go ahead and select tick-based charts, such as tick, range, second. Those are going to be available with the market replay data. I'm just going to leave it here at minute and leave everything at default, however, and select OK to open up our chart. All right, so now that our chart is loaded, we can take a look, and we can see that we're right there at that 9 a.m. start time. In order to go ahead and get this going in real time, we'll just go ahead and click on the play button. Now you can see it will begin to update. Now in order to be able to practice our trading on the chart, there's going to be a couple items that we can use. First, let's go ahead and review the Chart Trader. To access the Chart Trader, we'll click the fifth icon from the top right. With the Chart Trader, we'll have our market buttons, our ask and bid buttons for both the buy and sell side in order to be able to manually enter into market. So through here, I could go ahead and say, I want to click a buy market. I think the market's going to keep going up. And be able to manually manage my trade here. Click the close button and close out, or click a sell market button to go ahead and exit that position.
Order filled.
To place your limit, stop limit, and stop market type orders, what you can do is left click on the chart at where you want to place the order. The context menu will pull up, displaying the types of orders that are available at that price. And you can go ahead and select the order.
Order pending.
Now to modify the price of your pending order here, you can left click on the tab here. The cursor will turn to a hand, and you'll click again at where you want to drop that. So that's going to be a click and click method rather than a drag and drop method. If you wanted to change the quantity, there's going to be this little numeric tab at the side. You can click that, adjust the quantity, and click the check mark to confirm, or the X to cancel.
Order pending.
And if you wanted to cancel the order, there's going to be a small little red X here. I'll go ahead and cancel that order for you.
Order cancel.
Now if we go back over here to the Chart Trader and we look under Account, we can see that it's currently grayed out and says Replay 101. When connected to the Market Replay, all of your orders are going to go to the Replay 101 account. Below that, we have our ATM strategies, and we will be able to go ahead and use these also for our trading. ATM is going to stand for Advanced Trade Management, and again, for more information on that, I do invite you to join our ATM Level 1 and Level 2 webinars that we hold throughout the week, which are also available on our YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and do a quick little ATM strategy here, though. And to create a new strategy, we'll click on the ellipses button here, the ... button. And under ATM strategy, we'll select Custom to create a new strategy. At the top right, we have our order quantity. You're going to need to set your initial order quantity at the top right there. And for today's presentation, let's go ahead and start off by just using a single target. We can see when we have a single target, the quantity field is grayed out. And that's because it will automatically update for you as you update that quantity there when using a single target. Below that, we'll enter our stop loss and profit target. I'll just go ahead and enter 4 for my stop loss, and we'll do 6 for the profit target, and we'll select OK. Now with our ATM strategy selected, we can go ahead and place our order to enter into market. Let's go ahead and click the Sell Market button to enter us into a short position.
Order filled.
Now what we can see is 4 ticks above market, we have our stop loss, and 6 ticks below market, we have our profit target. These are going to have what's called OCO built into them, which stands for one cancels other. What that means is once one of the targets is reached, the other target will automatically be canceled out and will get set back to flat. Now in order to test out our strategy here, we don't need to wait in real time to see this go through. We can go back up to this market replay controller and click this fast forward button to go ahead and speed up time. Clicking the fast forward button multiple times will increase the speed further and further. So there we can see our stop loss was reached and our profit target was closed out, setting us back to flat. Now another way that you'll be able to practice your trading within the chart here is going to be using your automated strategies. To access your automated strategies, you'll click the second icon from the top right. Currently we see that's grayed out, and if we hover over this, it shows that it's disabled if Chart Trader is enabled. So to access our strategies, we must disable Chart Trader. So let's click that 5th icon from the top right once again, and now we can access our strategies. To apply our strategy to the chart, we'll select the strategy we want to use here at the top left, press New to apply it to our chart, adjust any parameters that we want to, and set it from Enabled False to Enabled True, and select OK. Now this is going to work just as you had applied it at 9:05 in the real market. So all of this historical information is just historical strategy information, not actual trades that were placed. So if we wanted to see how this strategy performed from, for example, 7 a.m., we would need to go back, move the slider to 7 a.m., and start the strategy at that point. I'm going to go ahead and drag my chart down here and bring down the control center a little bit. You will be able to see all of your orders within the Orders tab. View your strategies here in the Strategies tab. You can see we're currently not in a position. View executions and positions. All of that information will be available for you. Let's go ahead and fast forward and see if we can get our ATM strategy to go ahead and cross those SMAs and enter us into a position.
Order filled.
All right, so right there we can see that our SMA is crossed for our sample MA crossover strategy, and it entered us into a short position. We'll go ahead and fast forward this up once again, see if we can get it crossed once again here.
Order filled.
There we can see it had another cross, reversed our position, and now we're back to a long position. And TJ is asking, how do you change your default order type to limit? And TJ, are you referring to within a ATM strategy or within the automated strategy here that we're looking at now? As we wait for that, I'll go ahead and continue here. I'm just going to go through, and at this point, I'm going to disable this strategy, and the next item I wanted to show you is how to apply indicators to your chart. To disable this strategy, we'll just click the Strategies button here, select our strategy and press Remove, and select OK. And TJ clarified no, just in the Chart Trader. So I'm going to go ahead and re-enable the Chart Trader here. I'm going to click Close to close out of my position here from the strategy.
Filled.
And as far as placing manual orders that are going to be the limit orders, you would just left click at the place you want to enter that order and then be able to place your buy limit, stop limit, stop market limit. All of those would be available for you. If it's going to be something that you are looking for the ATM strategy parameters that you want to be able to select if you want a stop limit order or stop market order, You'll be able to adjust that by right-clicking here on the chart trader and selecting Chart Trader Properties. Then if we scroll down here to the bottom, we can see we have the option Use Stop Market for stop loss orders. And we currently have that set to false, which is going to indicate our stop loss orders are stop limit orders. And if you wanted to use the stop market, you would just select True and select Apply there. Eric is asking, must we create a new chart specifically for the market replay session, or maybe we use existing charts when using the market replay? Eric, you will be able to go ahead and use your current charts and be able to apply all of those items as far as the style indicators. All of those will be available for you within the market replay. So going back here to the indicators, and thanks for those questions, guys. I do appreciate that. Going back to the indicators, we'll be able to access our indicators by clicking the third icon from the top right. Now, I do want to note, it is not necessary to have the indicators applied to your chart when downloading or replaying data in order for them to be available within the market replay. The market replay is going to have all the information available in order to be able to apply these to your chart. So let's go through here. We'll add a couple. Let's select the SMA. You'll be able to go through, adjust these parameters as you see fit, change colors, periods, all of that will be available for you. We'll do the RSI also. Select New. We'll select Apply and OK. And we can see those have now been applied to our chart. Now the next item I wanted to go over with you guys today is going to be using the Superdome with the replay data. To access the Superdome, we'll go to File, New, and we'll select one of the Superdomes. I'm going to go ahead and use the static Superdome for today's presentation. Now again, for more information on the Superdome, I do invite you to join our Superdome webinar that we hold throughout the week. This is going to, again, be a quick little overview here. Now on the Superdome, here at the bottom we have our market buttons, where we can go ahead and enter into market, both on the buy and sell side. If we wanted to place our ask or bid button orders, we can hold Control down on the keyboard. We can see our buttons will turn to bid, or we can hold Shift down, and the buttons will become ask. Now right now I have the E-mini S&P also selected here in my Superdome. If you remember, the E-mini S&P was the only instrument that I had that level 2 data. The level 2 data is going to be that market depth information, which is these 5 levels of depth here, both on the buy and sell column. So if I switch over to one of the other instruments, such as the TF, in which I only had level 1 data, you can see I'm only getting the price information. I'm not getting any market depth. Switch back over to the ES here. And let's go over how to place your limit, and stop market orders within the Superdome. To place our limit orders, you'll left-click within the buy or sell column at the price you want to place your order. So I'll go ahead and left mouse click below market on the buy side here to place a buy limit order.
Order pending.
And left mouse click above market on the sell side to place a sell limit order.
Order pending.
To place a stop limit order, we'll middle mouse click above market on the buy side here. A stop limit offset window will appear to indicate what offset you are willing to accept there for that stop limit. Leaving this at 0 is going to indicate that the value would be right there at that same price. So we'll click the check mark here and we can see it's 15, 15 and 2/4 by 15 and 15 and 2/4.
Order pending.
We can also place that stop limit order by middle mouse clicking below market on the sell side. This time I'll go ahead and use a 4-tick offset, which on the ES is going to give us a 15 and 11 by 50 by a 15, 10 and 50.
Order pending.
To place our stop market orders, you'll hold Control down on your keyboard and middle mouse click above market on the buy side
Order pending.
or below market on the sell side.
Order pending.
Now the way you modify the price of these orders is going to be similar to the chart trader. You'll want to left click on the tab within the buy or sell column. Your cursor will turn to a hand, and you'll left click again at where you want to drop that order. So again, it's going to be that same click and click method rather than a drag and drop method. If you wanted to modify the quantity, it's going to be that same method where we click on the tab here with the number, adjust the quantity and click the check mark to confirm, or the X to cancel.
Pending.
On the Superdome, we have the small little red X, which is going to be the same to cancel the individual order. And then we also have a large X on both the bottom left and bottom right of the buy and sell side, to cancel all orders on that side.
Order canceled.
Or of course, you could always use that close button to cancel out of your position, set you back to flat, and close all pending orders.
Order canceled.
Now let's go ahead and take a look at the ATM strategies once again here using the Superdome. Here on the Superdome, under the ATM strategy, you'll select Custom to create a new strategy. And this time, let's go ahead and create a little bit more of an advanced strategy. We'll create a 3-target strategy. You'll still need to set your initial order quantity up here at the top right order quantity field. Let's go ahead and enter 6 once again. But this time, we'll split it across the 3 targets by doing 3 on target 1, 2 on target 2, and 1 on target 3. Let's go ahead and enter a stop loss and profit target of 4 for target 1, increase it up to 6 for target 2, and go up to 8 for target 3. Now if you wanted to go through and save your ATM strategy so you didn't have to recreate this every time that you opened up the parameters here, NinjaTrader does feature the option to go ahead and save it. You can do that by right-clicking here on the Superdome and selecting Manage ATM Strategy Templates. And here we'll just enter a name for our strategy. We'll select Replay and save here for today. And now under this drop-down menu, you can see Replay is available. It has our options available. It's going to do that across multiple windows. So here in our chart trader, you can see we also have the replay available. All right, let's go ahead and try a long position this time. So with our ATM strategy selected, I'm going to go ahead and click Market here on the buy side.
Order filled.
What we can see is now 4 ticks above and below. We have our profit target and stop loss for target 1. 6 ticks above and below, we have target 2. And 8 ticks above and below, we have target 3. Now I wanted to show you here, with the ATM strategy on the Superdome, if you wanted to modify the price point of one of these, you'll need to left-click on the order within the price column, rather than the buy or sell column. Again, your cursor is going to turn to a hand, and go left-click again at where you want to drop that order. So it's going to be that same click-and-click method, but you want to do that within the price column. Let's go ahead and fast forward our replay controller here once again and see how our strategy plays out. This is going to have that same OCO feature built in so that each time one of these targets is reached, the opposite target will be canceled out. So our first target here is going to be for a quantity of 3. You can see currently we're long 6. Once one of these orders gets filled out, it will go down to a quantity of 3.
Stop, filled, stop, filled.
So I went a little bit quick there, but what we could see is that our stop loss for all 3 targets was reached, unfortunately there, closing us out of our position and setting us back to flat. Danny's asking, I missed the link to the recorded version of the market replay. Could you post that again? Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and grab that for you. That's going to be under our setup section of the help guide. You'll see in there the area where it has the record data. And also, once again, this video is going to be available on our YouTube channel, so you can watch that at your own leisure too. I'm going to provide a link here also to our YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and have those available for reference. I'm going to go ahead and minimize these windows. And let's take a look here at the control center. So once again, all of your orders will be available here within the control center. That you can review those, see any strategies, executions, positions, all of that will be available, along with the account performance. Let me go ahead and make that a little bit longer here. All right. Now, if I click Generate, you can see currently everything's pulling up as zeros. And the reason for that is if we look at our date, it's selecting today's date, the 12th, rather than yesterday's date for the replay of the 11th. So we just need to go through here, select the 11th, and select Generate, and now we can see our performance for our replay for the day. Now please note that this is going to also include any live trades or other simulation trades that you place during this time. So if you only wanted to view your Replay 101 trades, you need to select the Advanced button. And under Accounts, uncheck any other items except for that Replay 101, and select Generate once again to view just that Replay 101 trades for the day. Another item that I want to mention is if you use this trend slider, or right-click and use the Go To feature, This is going to clear out your Replay 101 trades. So if you, for example, started your automated strategy at 9 a.m., you wanted to see how it was going to perform throughout the day, so you just grabbed the slider and moved it to the end of the day. Unfortunately, that is going to go through and erase your trades for that day, cancel that strategy. What you would need to do is you would need to start your strategy at that 9 a.m. time and click that fast forward button and let it play throughout that day to see those trades. So now that I moved that, if I click generate, we can see everything's gone back to zeros. We don't have any information in our orders tab or any of those items there. And TP is asking, is a sell limit the same as a sell limit? TJ, if you could just go ahead and clarify on that a little bit further, I'd be happy to assist you with that. And TJ clarified that he was referring to a stop limit and then a sell limit. There are going to be different types of orders, and that's going to be a little bit outside of today's webinar here, but it's going to be something where the sell stop limit is going to place a market order once that fills. The sell stop limit is going to go ahead and place a limit order once that is reached based on the offset that you put in there. For more information though on that, I do recommend just go ahead and send an email to support@ninjatrader.com. We'd be able to go over a little bit more in depth for you on those items. Eric is saying replay data can only be downloaded one instrument in one day at a time, or is there a way to download multiple instruments data over, say, 2 weeks at a time? And Eric, it is going to be something where you'll only be able to download a single instrument in a single day at a time. So to go through and get 2 weeks, you would have to repeat those steps until you go through and get those full 2 weeks. And thank you for those questions. TJ is asking, how do you do a sell limit in the chart trader? Let's go ahead and pull up the chart trader here once again. So let's go File, New. Oh, I think I still have my chart open actually. Let me just enlarge that. So by right-clicking on the chart at the price you want to place your order, it's going to give you the types of orders that are available at that point. So by left-clicking below market, we see that we have our sell stop and sell stop limit are going to be the only options available. And by left-clicking above market, that's going to be where we have our sell limit, which is going to be at that price or better. Thank you, TJ and Eric, for those questions. I do appreciate those. Now, the next thing I wanted to go over is where the replay data is going to be stored and how you can go through and delete that. Now, the market replay data doesn't take up a whole lot of space just based on a single file there. However, if you are downloading a lot of instruments or a lot of days over time, they could start to take up a bit of space, and you may want to go through and delete some of that data. To do that, you'll need to open up your My Documents folder within Microsoft Windows. The data is going to be located under the NinjaTrader 7 folder, under DB for database, and under the folder that says Data. In here, it's going to be organized in folders based on the date of the data. So here we can see we have February 12, 2013, February 11, 2013, and November 20th, 2012. If you open up these folders, you'll be able to see the individual files, where we can see the instrument and expiry, along with an extension that will tell us if it's level 1 or level 2 data. So .ntm is going to be level 1 data. .nt2 is going to be level 2 data. Through here, you could go through, delete just specific, if you wanted to delete level 2 data, go through, remove that, remove specific instruments, delete specific dates, or go through and just clear all of that out if that's what you wanted to do. Now that does cover everything that I wanted to go over here today, but before we finish up, I did want to thank Traders International for sponsoring today's event. If you get a chance, please join Traders International for an introduction to their products and services. Again, that's going to be on February 13th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And visit the NinjaTrader website to view all partners and partner events. Once again, NinjaTrader is a growing business, and word-of-mouth advertising is extremely helpful, allowing us to keep our subscription fees low. So if you see the value in the products and services we offer, we do appreciate any mention of our company in any discussion boards or trading rooms you participate in, as well as with any friends, family, or colleagues you may have trading at this time. For those of you that need to get going, I want to thank you for taking the time to attend. I realize that a trader's time is his or her most valuable asset, and I appreciate you choosing to spend this time with me. At this time, however, if you do have any additional questions, we do have some extra time that I'd be happy to go ahead and answer those. Just post those into the room.